Sorry about
your
that.
ears now.
We're good now. Sorry about that, Alyssa. Who's that? Was Alyssa?
No, that was Adriano. What's up,
Adriana?
man? Thanks for being here.
What's good?
I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
if I messed up your name.
I apologize. I fixed it in the other one, but I forgot to fix it in the other one when we do multiple streams. Thank you very much for letting us know. I appreciate that. But the fact that he fights sleep, and I'm like, I look at his face. I say, and I check my watch, and I'm like, I'll give him 3 minutes. Sure enough, boy, head getting heavy. He don't like going to sleep.
Enjoy the sleep now, young man.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Take
saying?
all that you want.
Get to have the fun now, because when it starts, it's over.
Yeah.
All right, so we got about 2 or 3 shows. We're gonna start with what we did. Again, we took a couple of weeks off, so we're gonna jump right into it. Where in the world did I put it?
Which one?
There we go.
Oh, the Multiverse of Madness.
So we went to see it that Sunday. We
Opening weekend, not
opening
last
weekend,
Sunday,
right? Last Sunday, but we didn't have a show last weekend. I got a lot going on right now, so that's mine. But I was like, I don't care what was going on. We're gonna get up in here today before things start to look a little different. So, Sony movie. Everybody rated this about a 7.5. We'll get into our rate in a second. It has made a lot of money. Absolutely didn't make the amount of money that they thought it was going to make.
Fell off really bad second week.
We get out there better.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, at least I got your name
She
right.
said
Thank you.
pronounce it. See? That's the educatedness. I would have butchered it, so I gotta have education on there. But this was, I think, the start. With June, you have a lot of good movies coming out, a lot of good TV shows coming out. So I think just for them to kind of kickstart it, the first one was good. It wasn't like it was the greatest thing in the world, but it was good to see Doctor Strange because we never saw it before. It was one of those characters that they never did before. So it was good seeing it, just like with them trying to do the Moonlight. We never seen it before. So we were excited, and then we were like, just take this shit back. We good. But this is in the Marvel franchise, Doctor Strange is in the top realm. When we looked it up, he was in the top 10, right? As far as power. So he's one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel universe. So he will always be connected with the Marvel universe.
Was like top.
Well, she was
7?
in there. I think she was like 6 or 7, whatever.
6 or 7.
Oh,
Right.
the girl that was in the back and the other thing.
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch. He's going to be around. Again, it had the great visuals, great acting. To me, and I'll let you guys go in a second, the story could have been cut out about a good 30, 35 minutes. Instead of being 2 hours and 38 minutes, it should have been 2 hours and 8 minutes. It was a really carry on, but it made up for it with the action scene. You got to see the Fantastic Four, obviously, wink, 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 quotations. You have a lot of stuff that's coming in the works. They brought Dr. Xavier. I hope that man never dies, because they will not put anybody else to play Charles Xavier.
They got to pass it to the young guy, the one who played the younger one. That's it now. I mean, he's really old. He's there.
I'm looking and I'm like, he looked like he in a wheelchair for real.
Yeah, he's in his 80s. Homie, sitting up there. Yeah. I was like, was his hand supposed to shake? Or that was just good? That was excellent. Yeah, good job. Nah, nigga, my hair.
If you need a drink blended, just put it in Patrick's head. But again, great visuals. Again, they brought the new young lady. What's her name? Something Star.
America
Chavez.
Yeah, that's not her real name. Her
Right,
real name is,
right. So it was good to see.
I'm sorry, I'll butcher that one.
Yeah, I'm saying
X something, but yeah.
So it was good to see new characters. Phase 4 is going to be phenomenal. I'm telling you right now. With Thor, Love and Thunder. Then you have Guardians of the Galaxy. Just finished filming 2 weeks ago, so that should be coming out probably about next year. So you got a lot of movies coming out. But it was a good movie. It was exciting. Obviously, we do Adobe, so the speakers were rolling. But just to see how powerful the Scarlet Witch was, and they didn't do like they did with the Phoenix, where you just, blew air in her eye, then she died type shit. You know what I mean? You saw the extreme power that she had, and they didn't play with it. And it was ultimately herself who really had to beat herself. So what did you guys think about it?
You want to go?
I go first. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. It really showed. I guess it really showed like what the movie was really gonna be about, right? Everyone now knowing how we already knew since the last movie in the Spider-Man, how the multiverse is and how, I guess, things affected it. But to be honest, it didn't really show like what happened in like the Spider-Man really kind of affected what happened in Doctor Strange. It was more of what that girl was, because she can go through
America.
She can go through different dimensions and universes and stuff like that. And basically, Scarlet Witch, she wanted that so she can have her children, right? And I ain't gonna hold you. I'm thinking like, why can't you just like
make children
in this universe?
That's what thank you.
I mean,
you got all this power. We can't whip up like
you dreaming.
Kids.
I like the whole. You dreaming is like a whole different you in a different dimension. I was like, okay, that makes sense because you be in some weird dreams that you can't think of. That makes sense. So I enjoy how they said that dreams are where you take over your dimension self, or
when you see into the
seeing
other
through their face, like seeing through their eyes. So I enjoyed it. We got to see a little bit of that during Doctor Strange's dream in the beginning.
But it went back to her originality, because remember when she first started, she did that whispering, had you all in your head type stuff.
Right. It showed her using the powers.
When they was going through that battle, they was protecting the fortress, and she was just behind them. I she just slid through there like. I was like, yeah. It's the way she came out. Like I like it's like she was really there, but not. And when she told him to run, he just ran. I love that. Then like moving on, we got to see the different dimensions when they went through Doctor Strange and her. I did like a little bit of seeing, Doctor Strange and his love life a little bit. Bro getting somewhat of some. Through a different dimension, learns about how apparently he is himself a danger to the multiverse and Scarlet Witch. Also hilarious when he's talking like, you can't handle the Scarlet Witch we have, and they're like, sit down, sir. We got this. We got this.
Killed Thanos.
You see my friend right here? This man can talk and end you. One singular word.
Oh, that was funny.
And you done. I'm like, okay. Y'all still not gonna win. Like, that's me. I'm like, y'all still gonna lose. So we move forward and they're still talking. Dang. The
Illuminati.
Not an Illuminati. The X. The X team. The guy in the wheelchair. Got his name.
Xavier.
Yeah. They was talking, him and Doctor Strange. And then we get on to the battle, right? Scarlet Witch is finally here. She wants her children, right? She did the dream walking from her dimension, right? She took over that body. I'm like, dang, you really gonna leave your children like that? But she did it. So the battle starts, and I'm like, okay, how this about to go? Number one mistake they did was saying what his ability was. He was like, you see my friend right here? Just a singular word would turn you to ash. Looked at him and said, what mouth? This man had no mouth. I had the audacity to scream and kill himself. I was like, ain't no way you did this, bro. That fight would have been over, but you just had to pull a villain move and just say, my buddy right here, this is his secret weapon. But don't tell anybody I told you.
Let me tell you my plan.
It's like you see,
do it.
I'm gonna bomb the world. And then he's like, that type of plan. He's like, you really gonna tell her your plan? Knowing her entire ability is like illusions? Like, she's obviously gonna trick you. And then turned my boy into string beans,
Yeah, that was
she ran through them like she should have. And that's why I like, again, like how they didn't play with her powers. They didn't make it look like she was a struggle. The only person that she had a little, like she may have broke a little sweat was that universe's version of Captain Marvel. because
She was really giving her
which
that.
made sense.
She was
which
really,
which made
because
sense.
Captain Marvel was the whole entire universe like hero. Like she wasn't just Earth; she was around the entire universe, and so it made sense why she was giving somewhat of a fight back.
Right. That made sense. I mean, to me, look.
Odd though, died.
Who?
Died like any person you want to kill off would die. To rocks, a statue. Basically, how anyone who's powerful just dies like that. To rocks. I'm like, okay, that's understandable. You know, she couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle the power, and she died like that. It's understandable. But like, she could have went out like the Captain America girl, where she got slipped in. She got cut. I thought she was about to catch it.
She caught it already.
I thought she was about to straight catch it and throw it back. No. Her body.
That would have been a cool ass scene if she like flipped it and threw it back or something.
I think it did the way like her was it did the way it was supposed to. Like I said, like just the fact of the people, the individuals that she was fighting, their abilities compared to her abilities.
Right.
It was like I now you gave me a little scratch. Now go ahead and take this. But go ahead, give us your version, Jeff, and then I'll end it out.
To me, so it was like a 7.5. Marvel makes good movies. They make good TV shows. They make them look pretty. Absolutely. Moonlight looked pretty.
All the Spider-Man movies they made.
Yeah, everything looks pretty and beautiful. When it comes down to a story to tell, they start falling apart sometimes. And here we go.
Morpheus, whatever. That one was like they played.
Well, that wasn't them. That wasn't them. That wasn't them. That was Sony.
Yeah, that was different. Yeah, Sony, but it was like you said a couple of weeks ago.
The story of Marvel when they be messing up, that we can bring that in.
They ain't even put the boy in the same universe, so they was just like, nah, you good. Don't even worry about it. You want Spider-Man back? Go ahead.
Go over there.
Professor X just made us sold out seats. So what happens when I bring Wolverine in the crew? You get what I'm saying? But
I can't wait to see that movie.
Exactly.
Or the game that's coming out with them too. I just can't wait to play that one either. The game that's coming out.
We are back.
That's gonna be like the first ever game I think will really, besides like Lego games or stuff like that. I think that's about to really be. Like, I think that's the creators who made the first Spider-Man game.
Yeah, they need a serious game, but
they're making like two games though. They're making the Wolverine and then the Spider-Man 3. The one where I think both Spider-Man and Miles Morales in one game. So they're making both those two games.
But just to say that's Sony's only hope with Spider-Man, bringing us Miles. They gotta. All right, you saw the three guys come
it's
back.
Like, we gotta see that. It's just like,
but nobody's there yet. So they trying to give us a phase 4 that's gonna introduce mutants. That's gonna introduce this guy, the Fantastic Four, and all that stuff. Cool, we got it. This was your first taste. This was your trailer. You know what I'm saying? And we saw it in his movie. Look who's out in the world. Oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? They somewhere where.
We're going to have to question that, though. Like, who's going to be able to play as Miles? Because so far, Miles, we have, like, what? I don't know if it came out yet, but we have Miles and the new movie for Miles. That's just like animated.
What movie?
Though.
Oh, it's animated.
That's just animated.
Animated stands on its own.
We taking Miles and we bringing him to like the realistic version.
Yeah,
who's
it's not
gonna play? Who are they gonna make him? Who's gonna play Miles?
I don't know, but Sony gonna drop the ball on that too, just
as
like
always.
they did before.
Now the question is, are we killing off Spider-Man as the usual story is? Spider-Man dies and Miles takes over.
Well, that's good. Well,
he just came from a different timeline, and we got both Spider-Man and Miles.
Well, that's the greatest thing about the universe.
Well, that's the thing with the Spider-Verse. You can flip that. Yours died. We don't get to see it. We see you running into the Peter Parker that we're and then now they share. You know what I'm saying? And then we take over with the black guy now, and Tom Holland gets to go do adult movies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a win-win.
Or he comes in from time to time to help him out or whatever.
That's it. But he can go do adult movies. You know, you leave it over here, and it's a win-win for everybody. But hold on, this movie right here, it's a 7.5. The story fell apart. I didn't need to see him with the girl so much. We didn't need to see that wedding. Yeah. And the scene, you could have just walked down the street like, damn, I missed my babe. Oh, snap! And went to you.
Doctor Strange, are you happy?
Yeah, we don't need to see that. We already know the setup. And this movie should have came out earlier. I'm going to leave it there. You could tell when they did the edits and cuts because Wong went from skinny, fat, short haircut.
He was all over the place.
Like, we gonna trim you. What are you
You said I went to go get my hair cut by those monsters while y'all was looking at the other people. They was giving me that good haircut.
It was so bad. So I know there's a crazy script where she went ape shit. That's all I'm gonna say. But she probably ripped everybody apart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And she was not. It's the fact that she actually was still catching up to them with like glass on her feet. Like even though they was running, trying to get to like the book. She was like still on them, breaking every door. I'm like, how you letting someone
with ease? But they need.
She's like injured in the feet and she can't run, and she's still catching up to y'all.
They need to give us more multiverse of madness. We didn't go. We went through the multiverses.
Oh, awesome.
We ended up on 2 planets, and that's it.
Also, my favorite other part was when they was playing with music, when they was fighting with music.
That was a good scene.
Like I said, if you took out that drag on story out, it would have been better. Again, it should have been 2 hours and 8 instead of the 2.5 8. They could have cut a little more, and I thought it would have been better. But again, like Jeff said, they always put out good product. They put out good movies, storyline, screenplay. Which, like Jeff, you made a great point. What they decided to start doing is. Kevin put all of them in retreat and said, "Don't y'all asses leave this motherfucker until y'all start producing better fucking scripts."
Because we start getting loopholes. How she was powerful there, but now she forgot how to fly. What? How that work? You know what I'm saying?
Didn't you just fly last week?
Well, that was the thing about
the girl flew away.
Yeah,
now she's sitting there.
What are you doing? Why are you running? Fly,
girl. You whatever.
I also think before we get out of it, I think. This was a test.
I think so.
And not just like a test as far as a movie. This was a test as far as the darkness of it. This was really dark. When she snapped Xavier's neck, that's not something you normally see out of Marvel. So I think they're with them, Disney taking Cage, Iron Fist, the Defenders, and throwing on Disney Plus, where we thought they were going to put it on Hulu. They went a different way, and I think they're trying. So I think this was the test. Because remember, Deadpool 3 is still in the works. It's coming. They're just not sure what they want to do with it. They don't know if they want to do the thing with Cable in them. They want to do Wolverine rated R.
Where do you go if you don't have with all their technology, CGI, good character acting? If you don't give us a Berserker Wolverine slicing up somebody, if you don't give us Cable shooting through, ripping somebody's skull out, if you don't give us
Carnage,
what's the name? Right? If you don't keep giving, and it's not that it got to be super bloody, but give us the realness of the comic book that you gave us before.
They ain't have to cut out Carnage eating bodies and cutting people up.
I don't even. That didn't exist. It never happened to me.
Once they said PG-13,
yeah,
we was out.
We was
out, and I was like,
I understand if you did it with I understand like the way we have Venom now. I understand if you did it with Venom, because the way we see him now. But you can't do it with a man-eating.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Monsters.
I'm gonna tell you this. So as I say, this was a trailer for the other people to see. X-Men, all this stuff. Everything's out there. We gonna give it to you. This set up Sony to be like, you really want to play these games? That Venom you got can't go up against our summer lineup. So the moment I throw a Fantastic Four mixed with the beginning of Mutants or some shit, you know what I'm saying? On the whole summer, I lock down your whole summer. Where you putting Venom? December? What else I got there?
I got December 2. Send that to spring.
That's all I'm saying. We're not gonna settle for that BS no more. And it's not that we need to see gore or penis and balls like Deadpool, he growing back or something.
All that.
It's just that, okay, give us an adult thing because you have adults coming to watch this. You know what I'm saying?
And
it's like we want it to be.
Well, that's how you base. You basing everything off of the
how it really would be.
That's it.
Well, you're basing everything off the comic book. Right. That's where they made their money. They're big, so you need to stay within that realm. But I like how they went a little dark. She snapped his neck. The way she did Captain, even though they didn't kind of show it, they did kind of show it. The way they did their version of Captain America.
I think there's a behind the scenes or another cut of it where they showed the
director's
blood splashing,
cut coming out, rated R.
Fell apart. Probably Fantastic Four dude getting ripped out from the inside out or something. Because the first director said he made that shit as a horror film. So then they changed it,
right?
And then they changed it again, and then they changed the updates. And I'm like, come on, what y'all doing? I'm like, all right.
That's why I think, unfortunately, a lot of times where you got a lot of time to think, and the fact that this movie was done and then it sat because of COVID. So now it's like, okay, well, let's change this, let's change that. And then this one wants to change this and change that. And it was good the first time. You touched it too many times.
This was supposed to roll right after the show. Because this was the Wanda show.
Yep.
TV show to boom. And it would have went 8, it would have blew.
I was saying this all coming to the boy if she just like stole somebody. I would have been fine if she just robbed somebody and just had a child. Like had the kids.
Well, I mean, I understand
she
her.
don't even know who the father is in the other.
I'm going to leave a question mark here for you, kids. Where the fuck was White Vision? Oh, my bad. was I the only one watching the end of Wanda? My fault.
Just saying.
My bad, y'all.
Just saying. So, again.
Ain't seen him in a month of Sundays. What the fuck?
If you haven't seen it yet, it was good. Go out and check it out. You will enjoy it. We just nitpickers, but it was a great show. You would enjoy yourself. The fighting scenes were freaking phenomenal. They did not drop the ball on any of the fighting scenes. But Wanda is no fucking joke, boy. She is no joke, and I'm glad they did not play with her abilities.
Yeah.
The only reason why she lost is because her children were seeing exactly what she was.
Another fair. All right, y'all. 9 episodes of Halo. Should have been 6.
Nigga, 4? Should have
been 6.
A solid 4? That's it.
I give it maybe 5.5, something like that.
Nah. We could probably have 6. Keep the girl from like the beginning. She drops off to the pirate. That's
I mean, you could have kept her.
Dropped off to the pirate. That's it. Back to Master Chief. That's it.
That girl should have been stabbed up with the rest of them little kids in that goddamn box. That's what the hell.
I liked her character. I liked how they did her to bring her out because of that, that whole planet and underneath was the gate type stuff. But they didn't need 3 episodes to show us that.
The gate to the.
We didn't need none of that. We
we
need
none of that.
They could have just said like, okay, look, somewhere on this planet is the key to the ring. That's all I need to tell us.
Pretty much.
We already know the half of the map is we don't know if they have to restart the map, but half of the map is completed to the ring. We don't know if they got to restart or not because they said it was incomplete, so we don't know if Master Chief.
Well, they need him to touch it.
No. They need the planet. They need the Quan chick.
No,
they're supposed to bring that stuff to that
right
planet.
To there. Well,
that's going to probably give the whole
but
thing.
Don't forget.
He's talking about when McKee was touching it,
and
it was showing the map, but then she got killed. So the map wasn't complete, which is why the evil brothers from the Covenant wants Master Chief. But I like how they're keeping to a certain narrative. The fact that he allowed Katana to take over his body, so when he touched it, it didn't activate because it wasn't him.
Exactly.
Because he knew that he could save everyone and get the artist.
Well, letting her take over with her abilities and stuff.
I ain't gonna hold you. Loki forced it. Forced the thing because he just let himself get hit.
First off. let me put some hate in here.
There you go.
Just on this episode. If Cortana could fly that goddamn ship remotely, when they was like, oh snap, it's about waves of hundreds of them coming up. Why the fuck you ain't bring that ship down before and start lighting them up? You wait till you have to take over the body, or is it just me?
It probably was the body.
We swarmed. Take over. What the fuck? Oh my bad, no problem. And the ship come down and start blasting people.
I don't know.
You could have did that the whole time. Is it me?
I think she
you
needed
let the rockets go?
I think she needed full control of him
to do the chip to control
the ship. The way they've done in it.
I'm done.
And their abilities.
Season 2 turned out.
Look, she had her limitations.
Nigga, it was a machine ship.
No, I understand.
She in the fucking pot holder talking about, look at him. Oh, God. I can see him, coach. Look. This bitch can't control the ship. Yo, we getting swarmed on all sides. She down.
Her limitations was, she was limited to him. for everything else, she really didn't have limitations. So I understand what you're saying
It's probably
from that standpoint.
Mostly because I think she was like, she's now getting feelings.
Sit up.
Huh?
Sit up.
Sit up. Get closer to the mic.
Mainly because she was now probably having feelings of humans and stuff. It kind of changed.
Nah, she could have. That could have been a lapse or them trying to make it seem like her taking over. Her abilities are just that much better.
Maybe.
From that standpoint, maybe they're trying to do it from that standpoint. As far as that, but I understand what you're saying as far as the ship. She could have, but what made this episode for me was the gamer view when he was fighting.
Yeah.
And, you know, they went back to the video game. And when they did that, I was like, oh, this shit is fire.
That's really what we be saying when we be shooting them. That's exactly what we be saying.
I liked it. I liked that part, too. And it made the difference of why he had his helmet off and when he had it on. Okay, now we're in control, or now she's, or he was in control as a human being. It tried to show his difference.
It showed what the doctor was really talking about when they said Katana was going to be, like, having Katana take over, all of them would be, like, more significantly better for them. And it really showed us, like, she didn't have to look where she was shooting. She was already hitting them, right? She had the range and all that. She knew exactly where everybody was at. She knew where to fight. She knew what to shoot. She knew what she was doing, right? You know, she picked up the thing quickly, walked off, got the ship down and everything. Like, it just showed, like,
right.
When she's in control and nothing holding her back, no emotions, no nothing, the mission gets done.
Well, the mission gets done with all of them, but the thing was they wanted somebody that they can control. Because the moment they popped that little chip out, they started asking questions. What day is it? Why am I black and she's white? Like, all right, hold on. She's sitting there getting feelings. I can't shoot him. Nigga, you done kill everybody else. Shoot, pull the trigger. Let's go.
I mean, John was having that little
right, and John noticed that. He was like, she ain't
I just think he was just different all the way because it didn't.
But that's why
right.
she liked him. She knew he was 100% different.
And that's why the whole series made it look right. And the whole series lets you know that he was on a different level than all of them. So even though he took the pill out or the medicine that made him that serial killer type situation.
He was still mission ready.
He still was right mission ready, where as far as the other young lady questioned everything.
Exactly. She started changing the color of her hair. She wanted to look different. We should hang out. We should be girlfriends. Like, whoa. The other girl was like, girl, what's wrong with you?
I don't know. I think it made sense, though, because technically Master Chief had more responsibilities than others. Remember, he was a captain in a younger age. What got the pirate guy out where he is now. So Master Chief has been through more training and he's been put through more responsibilities to make him who he is now, while the others was just probably doing training and all that. And besides, she was more different before she even took the chip out. She was still seeing things different.
Who?
No, they followed.
No, they were following Chief.
They followed to the T.
It's just like it out because she took it out.
She saw him take it out, which is why she took it out.
I'm saying like she was more off. Like she was more different, like the pirate. Remember, like I started seeing my dreams, even though they was going through the.
You gotta go back and watch it again.
Oh, you talking about the black dude with the arm?
No, he talking about she. All right, so 125 was mimicking everything the Chief did.
Right.
That's when once she took that chip pill, whatever you want to call out her back, that's when she started questioning. She wanted to do her hair. She's chilling with the daughter, asking questions, and the fact that they never interacted before. Right. She never knew what they, how they interacted when they weren't on mission. So they kept the story kind of tight.
Right.
Now, you wanted to introduce so many different things. You wanted to turn a maybe 6 episode into 9. Thank God you didn't try to stretch it to 10 because I couldn't take that chick anymore. Unless there was that assassin going after her because she was lighting people up. I think it's watchable, 9 episodes. Great visuals. They put a lot of good actors in it, a lot of new actors in it. And it works. So I'm looking forward to a season 2.
The question is, are we going to probably see more Spartans, or is it just going to be the same squad?
Well, you're going to see the Covenant go at it more with...
Let me answer.
Well, yeah, they're going to be at more of the violence because they're going to need Master Chief to even unlock it unless there's another prophecy.
So
We don't know how many there are technically. They're just like they just found it.
We've seen 4 Spartans through this whole show. We haven't heard a lick of any other Spartan.
Exactly.
We only figure there's another team because they called them Silver Team. They could have been the dudes left over.
I'm saying they on different types of planets. So I'm like, maybe they got
Ain't that many?
views.
Ain't that many? Because if the main thing to save the human beings is these 2 little pieces, I'm gonna need about all 100 of them Spartans left. Had them meet me at Planet X, and we gonna run these drills. But here's the other kicker. Here's the other kicker. Both of the showrunners who make this TV show quit. If you haven't read up on it, here's one quit in the beginning. The other quit at the end and said he's not coming back for season 2. Now, I don't know if it's them who messed the show up or is it Paramount who like pulled it out, made them do other things and messed the show up. They gave us a 3-person run. We had Quan's story, which we didn't need. Everybody in the world can agree, yo, bro, we really don't need this. Appreciate you. We had Chiefs, and we had the doctors.
Dr. Hosey, yeah.
And Dr. Hosey's still going. Quan is still going, as we know, to season 2, because she has to meet Chief.
A mastermind in the making.
We all saw that switcheroo coming.
I want to know.
When she killed her other clone and put him in Chief.
Well, she didn't really kill him, but she...
They burnt the acid in the body. She copied the brain and acid in the body before homie could even get off with it.
Yeah.
But homie was sitting there, this one mine? All right. That's it. Nah, you good.
Deuces.
Exactly. I mean, it was a clue to seeing that that was a clone of her. When that one guy was really acting really... enjoyable to her. Like, you see how he was against the actual first one. He's like, "You're beautiful."
Subplots.
He was about to kiss her, so Dr. Quanzi came in.
We start to miss a lot because of the writing with the subplots. We didn't need to go on the Quan story
at all,
and they put about 3-4 episodes in her story.
3 episodes.
And I'm like, we could end that one right here, homie.
2 halves and then 1 full.
She could have been wrapped up on the 2nd episode. My daddy said there's a secret cave that only my bloodline can open.
It didn't go.
And then we keep her alive and we keep her in the jail somewhere.
It didn't go.
Chief pop in one time or something like that. It doesn't make sense. We gave her a whole episode of being her planet. She got the black dude jammed up. He was just trying to live free. That had to come back to save her. Got her some cash. Now he's sitting out in the world. Cortana don't know about him because he never said anything. They don't know that part. That third piece is there. Only he knows it unless he has to divulge it. Somehow the doctor is gonna run into it. I don't know what's up with her. If she's like part alien or whatever the hell.
She might. Now that I think about it, she may probably have a part to do with that there not being that many Spartans. Like maybe she,
of course,
she kept some on the side, like somewhere specific, just for like her personal needs.
Well, no, but that
as a backup plan.
So that was the point when in the first 2 episodes. Remember when they had all the chiefs and they were saying, "Yeah, you can't control them." Only because they were only loyal to her. That's why she had their backup channel.
That's because
she was like, she did that Star Wars shit. Execute Order 87. Oh, all right.
That's because
that's
mainly the reason why they really followed her the most is because 1, she was there during their childhood.
She made them
and.
She implanted back doors. This is all about.
Yes.
This is all about manipulation and with the body, the mind.
That's why the Indian lady didn't like her.
Right, and the fact that she had all those back channels to where she could take over the Spartans anytime she wanted to.
Yep.
And take control. So the next, it'll be a season 2.
Of course.
You'll have a different subplots. Hopefully they bring. Different writers, better writers. But watch it because, like I said, June is you got Game of Thrones, you got London, Gangs in London, you got The Witch 2. Like you got some heat coming next month. That's gonna forget all about this shit. So go back to the drawing board. I don't care if you got give my man your child surprise from Wakanda to come in and write this shit and do it right because everything this man touched has been gold so far.
I'm going to tell you like this. I'm giving it 3 episodes of season 2. If you don't catch me in those 3 episodes...
Done.
Nah. I think you should probably do like the first one don't count, and then the other two.
That's it.
Well, see,
if you ain't catching me at 3,
with the first one was like, oh shit, I'm in this card
from the beginning.
From the beginning, first episode. But then it just kind of like,
they fell apart.
Yeah, it fell apart.
It fell apart. But now, whoever takes over, and pay attention to those showrunners, whoever they hire, there's plenty of other good guys to take and figure it out, because the other two bounced really quick. If you quit in the beginning of the show, and then the other dude was like, I'm not coming back. I just wrapped up to get my money. I ain't coming back. That's a problem. That is a problem. And so you get somebody in there that could change that story, wrap it around, tie everything together.
Right.
And just give it. I mean, I see if you don't want to pay for all that CGI, because the aliens look clean. They was good.
Yeah. Especially
I know you spent some money.
That big silverback gorilla motherfucker.
I know
huge.
you spent money. I was like, now who we want to spend it on? The actors or the CGI? I get you.
Oh yeah, when Master Chief was fighting like four or three of them in that one fight.
That was probably the most expensive episode.
Throwing off the weapons back at each other.
I think the first one might have been, because the first one was all CGI. All CGI.
No, but they cut.
You had the
once they killed everybody.
You had the first Quan with the river and aliens in the woods, and then they showed up and they went ham on everybody.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so check it out. 9 episodes.
The ninth one was the most paid.
I'm gonna run through these last 2 real quick. We'll talk about it next week. Those of you, Bosch is brand new now. Legacy. He is a private detective. All right. And this is something Jeff brought up last time with a lot of shows I started doing. They released the very first 4 episodes at one time. Then every episode after that is released by tools.
That's good. That's a good way.
So instead of giving it, because Bosch was originally on Amazon Prime, now it's on Freevee. I have no idea what the hell that is.
I don't even know what that shit is. I was about to say, where's that one?
So, but if you're going to start a network, you start it off with a good one. This guy is a great actor. His character is something they did 4 seasons on already, and now he is a private investigator. You brought on the lawyer. You got his daughter now, who's a cop, and the story it didn't fall off.
You can't go wrong. You already had a good
right.
story.
They didn't play with it. They didn't try to make it something it wasn't. You got multiple storylines going, this and that. So right now you had the 4 that originally started. Then you have 4 more after that. And there's 2 more episodes and it's done. So you have a good opportunity to catch up. Great story, great acting. I actually think this is actually better than Bosch, because you didn't have all the other actors that shouldn't have been there.
So you didn't have to like catch up on the black
right.
dude,
You didn't have
storyline.
He showed up for like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? And whatever. But the storyline is good. I love the lawyer, man. That's my girl. She's my favorite character. And obviously they introduced some other new characters, but the story's about him now. They didn't have to stretch it out to 5,000 other people. It's about him and the lawyer and his daughter.
Yeah.
3 characters. They don't go too far with it. You see a lot of different things, a lot of different things are happening, other major plots, cases and stuff. It's not just fixated on this one whole situation like they did with Goliath, where it was just this one town or one incident, and then that one incident takes the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, how long are you going to stretch this shit? Like,
we already know the killer.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah.
So, again, check this out. Again, if you have Freevee, check it out. Or if you have, like us, the app, knock yourself out. But this is definitely worth the watch.
Okay.
This is not one of the ones where you get up and go to the refrigerator and be like, what did I miss? You're going to pause that shit and come back. All right. The number one thing happening on Netflix right now, which actually overtook Ozark, which is, I don't know how the fuck that happened. But you have The Lincoln Lawyer. Those of you who don't remember, came out I think this week. We'll give you opportunity. We'll talk about the entire season next week. We'll give you opportunity to catch up. This is stinted from the movie with Matthew McConaughey, where he was in his Cadillac and he had a lot of different things going, dealing with bikers and all this other stuff. But he was a slick lawyer. He know how to wheel and deal. Now you have a series on it. I think it's like 9 or 10 episodes, but the way they did it is similar to the whole Bosch thing. There are many different cases there.
Yeah.
It's not about it's the major case, but then you have all these other major cases that are being done, but they're not being done where, okay, he created an alternate universe and that's how he was able to do it. You believe that something...
The way that they tied in.
Right, the way they tied in, but you believe the fact with the necklace, looked at it real quick, you believe this stuff.
Yeah.
His smoking bullet, the way he came across it right.
Right.
It wasn't the dog ran across the lake and he swerved and hit.
The way he got homie off.
Yeah.
The homie was looking at him like, you are fucking good.
And how he got that judge. That was the shit there.
That was the icing on the cake.
Yes.
We ain't going to spoil it for you.
Right. So,
That's
like I said, the fact that you have about 10 cases surrounded by this major case, but those cases weren't rushed. They showed you how he got out of it, and he got out of it in a way that was believable.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, how did he come out with that? No, it wasn't like the Goliath. No, you saw, this camera with the jury and how he got the girl off and how he got the military guy who let off and how he came to the smoking bullet with the vehicle, and it just was good. He's charismatic. And the thing that made to me was the license plates on all his vehicles.
Yeah, you had to pay attention to
yes!
See that? I walked through my...
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was fire.
The fine details of this. And now you know why it took over Ozark as the #1 show on Netflix.
Yeah, they lucked up and got one.
They lucked up and got one, but they already showed you that this is going to be at least a 3 to 5 season thing, where at the end they showed you the one that they kind of introduced from the beginning that you didn't pay attention to, how it's going to go, but obviously they're going to have their other cases in there, but how he got the cases, which was beautiful.
Yeah, I know that judge kicking her ass
yes.
off in the ass.
Yes, but he showed you why the guy gave it to him.
Yes, it was like, if something happened to me, you know what I mean?
It wasn't because he was a good lawyer,
right.
Thought you would play your role type shit.
Yep.
But go ahead, take opportunity to watch this. This is really good. Again, you got a couple of weeks because I think June 3rd starts with The Boys and all the other stuff, and it's going to be hell after that. And they bet not do that weekly shit. I swear to goodness, they bet not do that weekly shit. Amazon bet not play with me. You bet not play with me.
Amazon gonna do it. Netflix already said they bringing commercials. They hurting.
They what?
Yeah.
You know what it is?
I ain't even want to be the one to tell you.
You know what they're gonna do, right?
You're
gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to.
You damn right. They're
We
gonna
on YouTube now.
They're gonna make you pay.
Ads.
They're gonna make you pay to get rid of it, like they do. You got to pay for 1080p.
That's
you
it. That's exactly what they said.
Which is why if it's something that I really, really like and I want to see in 1080p, I just watch it through the app.
Yep.
If I don't want to see any grady shit, I just watch it through. But this is a good one. They got some heat. So tomorrow or next week we'll go over that, and then we'll also let you know what's coming in June because we're talking about it. We're gonna let you know what to get ready for. When it's coming out, where it's going to be streaming on to get yourselves ready. Like me, I only ordered the NFL package during the NFL season, and then I get rid of it afterwards because it makes no sense to
the season,
keep the TV package or whatever. Last words before we get out of here?
Get caught up on everything.
Yeah.
Halo was trash. Don't fuck up season 2. That's my word.
That game of mode was
trash.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.